Back to the game design and the architecture of the PS3.
Sure. Okay, yeah. So the PS3, I think it has a lot. I think both of them have more potential still to eke out of them. But I think at the end game, the PS3 is going to have a bit more. But it's all about whether the designers can do with it. I'm really interested to see what they pull off with God of War 3. That I think is going to be very telling to see what can or can't happen.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and since you're a game designer, maybe you could assist me on this, but the most impressive technology that I've seen in this generation on these consoles was when I saw Uncharted 2's Depth of Field. When they climbed up to the top of the tower or whatever it is they was on, the house or whatever. You know how you can look out in the far distance and things don't look real clear in other games? But if you look down and you just see what's right there, it's clear, it's right there. The depth of field was so detailed that when you look far in the distance, it looked like as if you're looking at something that's right next to you. It was that detailed. I've never seen that in no game ever.
Yeah, they do some really good draw distances on that. It's like I said, it's all comes down to the processing power and what they can do with it. Now, Uncharted is an amazing game. Uncharted 2, they're going to be breaking new grounds. I think you'll see that with God of War 3 as well. Yeah. Now, I've done my fair share of community work.
Yeah.
I've run websites and whatnot. And back when Gears of War 1 launched, I had a chance to sit down with Cliff Blazinski at the launch party.
Wow.
Here in LA, and we were just shooting the shit, just talking, nothing big. And I asked him, like, dude, so what's the secret of Gears of War? Because at the time that was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was.
And I learned this after the fact that when because I used the Gears of War editor to do my work in school, and it's all about smoke and mirrors.
Really? Now we getting somewhere, man. Put me on.
It's just all about smoke and mirrors. It's how can we give you the biggest wow and give you the facades. If you play games like Gears of War and Gears of War 2, it's so linear. They lead you down a specific path.
Right.
So you go where they want you to go. Games like Uncharted, God of War is even pretty linear too, but it's still impressive. But Uncharted, not linear, whatsoever, really.
Yeah.
It is to an extent, but I mean, like you said, those draw distances, you see what's going on in the distance. That's impressive. Have you checked out Just Cause 2?
Oh my God, yes. I literally had what we call game-gasms. Yeah, I had a game-gasm when I saw Just Cause 2 because that shit was just ridiculous. I loved it.
Yeah. And if you notice those draw distances on that, is pretty impressive. I want to see if they can pull, if that was a PS3 or if that was a 360 and what the difference is.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But here's the thing, though. It's like you can see major draw distances like that on PC games too. It all is based on your processing power.
Right.
So we'll see what they can eke out of these consoles. But I think in the end, I think you'll see a bit more coming out of the PS3. And I think their biggest advantage, as much as they talk hype on the Blu-ray, is just they have all that storage available to them.
Okay. Hey, the reason why I had to bring this up, especially because you're a game designer, because a lot of people feel that multiple DVD discs will always be the answer. So,
I could care less if there's multiple discs, to be honest.
No, I could care less too, because I remember back playing Final Fantasy VII, switching discs, I ain't really care at all as long as I played the game. But in terms of game development, like, will that always be the answer? Let's say if you get all this up on a Blu-ray, you got all the storage, can you do the same thing on 360, but just add more discs, and that's how you fix it? Like, I mean, is that always the answer?
I don't think that's going to always be the answer, because there still comes down to running the equations and running the calculations it needs. Can the hardware handle it? That's what's going to come down to. Can it process what's going on?
Wow.
We see it all the time. I got people that call up like, I'm playing World of Warcraft on a P4. I have 512 gig of RAM and I want to run it on the highest settings. No, you're not going to do that.
Okay. No problem. All right.
What can the system handle?
All right, no problem. And I appreciate that. Now, to my last question.
Sure.
Right? This should be interesting, considering you're a game designer as well. HD resolutions. Let me ask you this, right? What is the starting point for high definition resolution with on these consoles, the PlayStation 3 and the 360? What is the starting point for high definition? To my knowledge, it's 720p and up. I want to know what you think.
I always say 720p is the starting point. I mean, there's been some talk about like just some weird numbers like 640. It all depends on the screen format that you're using. That's really what it comes down to, because real resolution is look at a computer. That's resolution for you. You know, the 720p it's jargon when it comes down to really.
Okay.
But, yeah, 720p is your standard, but. It's smoke and mirrors again. It's how shiny can we make this? A game doesn't have to be high def to be an amazing game. Take today, for example. What day today? Today is the 15th of September, Tuesday the 15th, right?
Yeah.
That's the day we're recording this. One game came out today on the DS that has everybody pissing their pants. Scribblenauts.
Scribblenauts. Yo, oh my God, man.
It's all about the gameplay.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be high def. If it's an amazing game, it's an amazing game. And that's what drives me nuts. Is people, designers are like, how shiny can we make this game? How amazing can we make it look? Yeah, game looks amazing. Sucks, though.
Well, you know what it is? The reason why I asked about high definition resolutions is because I've had a lot of disputes on what high definition is. That's what it is. Yeah. So my thing is, if you look everywhere, whether it's Wikipedia or whatever, if you ask what is high definition, they're gonna tell you 720p and up. Like just in terms of documentation. Now, yeah. I know you have enhanced definition, which is like the 480p's and like it's 576. But I was told from a certain someone, that person know who he is, 600p was high definition, and I was like, no, like it's not. And even if you look at your 360 or your PS3, they don't even have that as a setting for high definition. And
because it's not standard in TVs.
Yeah, exactly. So his argument was that if you play a 360 game on a regular standard definition TV, can you run it? And you can run it, but it's going to be 480p or something like that because it's standard definition. So what does that mean? 600p must be high definition since it can't run on the standard. And I was like, to me that made no sense because, a computer monitor can run at 800 by 600. That would be considered, I guess, 600p, but not high definition.
That's absolutely not high definition. That's your lowest resolution.
So, yeah.
That's not high def.
Exactly.
Not in my opinion, but then I'm not an expert on resolutions. But
yeah, and I know what you mean, but I'm talking about when it comes to game development and rendering and high definition. Even when you buy the game on the back of the box, they tell you like 1080p, 1080i, 720p. Like that's what they have as supported HD formats. Like, you know what I mean?
It's hot box words. It's it's 720p, 1080p. What words are going to get them to sell the game? What are the standard definitions and resolutions that you're going to see on TVs? You're going to see 420p, 720p, 1080i, 1080p.
Yeah.
Those are your resolutions that you work at. 600p, no. That's so off the wall. Where'd you get that from? Taiwan?
No, I got that from Torrance Davis of the bitbag.com.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, where'd you get that TV? It's like, is that gonna be like some, off the back of the truck, made in Taiwan, Sony, Sony, TV type of thing.
Alright, cool, no problem. That's why I just had to clear that up with a game designer because I just felt that comment was ridiculous and I'm glad to get that out the way. But Andy, thank you so much for your time, and also I will mention you to some people that I know because you're a game designer. You need to be making some money and getting your game out there, man. Getting a part of this industry better, man. I'm all about supporting the people. So, Andy, I thank you so much for your time, man. One love and God bless. And stay tuned for the show this Sunday. You will be on it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
All right, man. No problem. Got any shout outs you want to make before you go?
We got gamersinc.com, gamers with a Z, inc.com. We do a lot of just reviews, real chill atmosphere.
Okay.
Don't even worry about commenting.
All right. No problem, man. Well, gamersinc.com. Make sure you go check them out. One love and God bless to my man, Andy Carr. Peace.
Take it easy.
Yeah. I hope you guys is really enjoying today's show. Every week I'm gonna bring y'all that heat. Feel me? So
You know, we're gonna keep it going. I got a lot more things to, you know, bring to you guys' attention. So